Welcome to Hola y Aloha. We're a talk show associated with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Hawaii, where we work hard to be a resource for the Latino business community.
It is our mission to strengthen Hawaii's Hispanic business community and foster economic, social, and cultural development for all.
Aloha, I'm Barbara Lucca, President and co-founder of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Hawaii, and this is my lovely co-host.
Hola y Aloha, I'm Marysol Ruiz. I'm the Vice President and co-founder of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce here in Hawaii.
So today is Women's History Month in March, and we want to take the opportunity to discuss two influential Latina women and introduce you to a third that is making an impact across our islands.
Okay, I'll start off. Let's begin with an amazing Mexican-American activist by the name of Dolores Huerta. Huerta is a civil rights activist and labor leader. She was born in New Mexico to Mexican parents. She was raised in Central California's farm workers community, where she saw firsthand the injustices and atrocities that the farm workers endured. She worked tirelessly to improve the lives and wages of farm workers and ensure that they receive fair U.S. labor rights. In 1962, she founded the National Farm Workers Association alongside Cesar Chavez. She is 92 years old today, and she coined the phrase, "Si se puede," and I'll translate that. It means, yes, you can. And she coined that in 1972. And many of you have probably heard "Si se puede." It was a slogan which was used in President Barack Obama's campaign. And don't worry, that slogan was approved by the Cesar Chavez Foundation. Huerta also championed women's rights in feminist campaigns during her time off from union work, and she also fought for ethnic diversity in her campaigns. This phenomenal woman still continues to be a voice and an advocate for those that cannot help themselves. And Barbara, would you like to share with us another amazing woman?
So today we're going to discuss Sonia Sotomayor. She was born in the Bronx to Puerto Rican-born parents. Justice Sotomayor is the first Latina U.S. Supreme Court justice and the third woman to serve as an associate justice in the High Court. She was nominated by President Barack Obama in 2009 and continues to serve. So thank you for your service. Today's episode, we'll be discussing facts about arthritis with our special guest, Dr. Marshawn Martin, Executive Director of the Arthritis Foundation here in Hawaii. Welcome, Dr. Marshawn. I have an interesting story real quick, how we met on LinkedIn. I saw your profile and I just connected with you on a private message and thought, you'd be a great person to connect with. I saw that you spoke Spanish fluently and I thought that was very interesting. And thank you for accepting my connection. And here we are today. So we've had the opportunity to sit down over coffee and share some personal information. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us, who is Dr. Marshawn Martin?
Hola y Aloha. Thank you. Yes. So Dr. Marshawn Martin was born and raised in Southern California. Always had a passion and a dream to live here in Hawaii. My first visit was in 2003 and traveled here every year until 2011. We finally made the move with my family in East Hawaii on the Big Island. But what brings me as a chamber member, I come from a mixed ethnic background, and my father is Scottish, Native American, mostly Western European, but my mother is Mexican. She is from Hola, Mexico, and I am a first generation Mexican American here in the States. She is naturalized, and she was primarily raised in the United States, but she was born in France. Yeah, so I'm very proud to be a part of this group.
Well, welcome and congratulations on your new title, Dr. Marshawn Martin, as of 2022. It's a great accomplishment.
Thank you. Yes, yes. It's very fresh still. I want to give a shout out to any student out there at any level, especially if you're a working adult, a parent, or all of the above. It is a challenge and it takes a lot of grit. So to all of you that have done this, I've walked in your shoes. I know what you're accomplishing, and just be proud of yourselves. Definitely.
Great, thanks. So what are some facts Hawaii residents need to know about arthritis?
I think people aren't necessarily aware of how prevalent arthritis is in our community and the impact it has. We have 250,000 Hawaii residents with arthritis, and with some form of arthritis. And I think the misconception is that it's an inconvenient disease to have. You have some sore joints, as you get older. And what people don't realize is that arthritis sufferers, we did a study, and 100% of the respondents said that they suffer with pain every day on some level. There is no day without pain. And that's a challenge for them. Not only that, but many forms of arthritis lead to much more serious diseases, whether it's kidney disease and heart disease, or even some forms are fatal. So what we do here at the Arthritis Foundation matters to our community. Also, Hawaii is the largest population of gout, and that's just because the genetics here. Asian Pacific Islanders are more prone to develop gout. And so we're the national leader of gout, which is not necessarily something we want to be a leader of. So the Arthritis Foundation, what we do here in Hawaii stays here in Hawaii. We provide resources for anybody that is a patient with arthritis, and really educating the community. We have a very service-oriented industry, tourism, whether it's banking, retail, whatever the case may be, that's service-oriented, where people are physically working. And so if you think of someone in your workplace, 1 out of 5 of the people that you work with have arthritis, and they're working through that pain every day. So we try to partner with local businesses as well to provide free resources to employees.
That's interesting. I didn't know that about the gout. What do you think that's from the diet?
Well, gout is affected by diet, but that's not how it's developed. So it is your first flare-up will develop by diet. Let's put it that way. But it is genetic. Asian Pacific Islanders tend to be genetically dispositioned to develop gout. And so we are really concentrating our efforts to make the community aware that this is something that we have to provide help and resources for in our community. And to top it all off, nearly 1,500 of our arthritis diagnoses here on the islands is KP. People don't realize that arthritis is a children's disease as well. And that can develop either by genetics or sports injury. So, and then with our high prevalence of athletes here on island, right? We all love our high school and college athletes. Should they get injured, there is a likelihood that they will develop arthritis from that injury. So I really just want to make people aware of how it does impact the community, and more importantly, how we as a community can make a difference for those.
That's so interesting when you say athletes. My mom, she was a professional flamenco dancer, and she developed arthritis in her back. So I just went home last week to help her because she had a spinal surgery where they had to insert a plate between her 2 discs because they were rubbing together. And then the other surgery was to remove arthritis and some bone spurs off of her other discs. So yeah, that's interesting.
Yes, it's extremely painful. You know, if you get to a point where you're having surgery, you've met the end of what you can tolerate, basically, and surgeries here.
Exactly, right? And it must have been bad if the insurance covered it, but she was experiencing extreme pain from the nerves on the back of her legs. Yeah.
How's she doing?
Oh, she's doing great. Thank you for asking. Now she's up and walking around and no pain from the sciatica nerve. So that's great. The surgery helped.
Excellent.
Dr. Martin, I have a question. I've heard about the Walk to Cure arthritis. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Why is it important?
Yes, so the Walk to Cure Arthritis is one of 2 fundraisers that we have every year. And the money that we raise at this event goes straight back to our community. The Arthritis Foundation is proud to say that we give nearly 73% of what we raise back into the community. So we are very good stewards of what we do with those dollars that the community gives. And this event is really important because it really is a community event. Everybody is welcome to attend. We encourage everybody to participate. It's a fun event. We have a lot of community leaders and entertainers there. It is a day where you're on the road and just having a good time for a good cause. We do laps around the Aloha Tower Marketplace, and it's really at everybody's pace. So an individualized walk, basically. Whatever you can accomplish, that's what you accomplish on that day. So especially with someone that has arthritis, we don't want to hold them to having a 5K or something of that nature. So if you choose to do a 5K, wonderful. If not, we completely can adjust and make it fun for everyone. We have Keiki there, we have Kupuna there, we have everyone participating, and it's just a day of fun, and again, for a good cause, and that those dollars go back into our community for education, for juvenile arthritis days for those patients, and for doctors' offices information. We deliver flyers, things of that nature for doctors' offices, and connect groups, which are essentially online groups that people can connect with and really learn that they're not alone in this journey, that they can have a support there of other individuals that might be going through something similar. And so we try to really provide a lot of education, a lot of resources, and that cannot be done without community involvement. So thankful this year we have our honoree, who is Sherry Tanabe. She's also an arthritis sufferer, but she's a marathon. She had surgery, a total hip replacement, and 9 months later ran the Honolulu Marathon and completed it. She's so inspiring. It just goes to show you when someone, has the will and also the resources to feel better. We have a saying of live yes. You can live yes with arthritis. That's what we really want to empower.
Dr. Martin, when is the Walk to Cure arthritis event?
It's coming up on Saturday, May 6th at the Aloha Tower Marketplace. And this year is really important because we are also celebrating our 75th year as the Arthritis Foundation. Huge celebration down there. We're going to have live entertainment. There's going to be a keiki corner with face painting and lots of fun stuff for the kids. Of course, all of our booths and vendors will be there, and we will be doing laps around the perimeter of the Aloha Tower Marketplace, and everybody can choose the distance that they are capable of doing or wanting to do. And what we need right now is a community involvement. We need more participants. Always fun to have more walkers there, and those fundraising efforts. You can register a team. It's free. Easily set up a Facebook fundraiser and reach out to family and friends to help you fundraise for this fun event. And of course, join your team to walk that day. And then more importantly, if you work for a local company and you would like a sponsorship opportunity, it's such a great way to be a part of the community and really get your message out there as well to our walkers that are participating that day.
Sounds like a fun event. I can't wait to go. We actually started a team, like you said, and we shared it on Facebook. So we do have a fundraising page. You can either join our team to walk or you can donate. We have a goal of $500. So really easy to meet.
Speaking of events, can you tell us a little bit about the Rock the Walk kickoff party?
That is next week. That is where the fun starts. So the Rock the Walk kickoff party is at the Boiling Crab in Kaka'ako, and it's on Thursday, the 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. It's a great way to learn about why we do this event, what to expect at the event, and really meet some of those fellow participants. You can see who will be joining you on the walk and some of our sponsors, and hear from our honoree. She'll be sharing her story. And just really a fun time. That's our motto this year is Rock the Walk, and that's exactly what we plan to do. And so please join us. All are welcome. It's great for all ages. We invite everybody, and we're going to have pupus and wine and beer and just a good time.
We love the Boiling Crab, don't we, Barbara?
Yes. We actually met Marshawn Martin came over to the Boiling Crab when we had our event there for Beads for Leads on Fat Tuesday. So you got an opportunity to check out the venue and the space. And I'm so glad that you're able to make it work to have your kickoff party there. And we will definitely be there to support you.
I'm so excited. I'm so glad that we were able to help and support another chamber business there. And we're grateful that they're open and willing to host us.
And the food's delicious.
Sorry. Speaking of business, Dr. Martin, can you tell us about your business venture?
Sure. My husband and I, back in 2020, right at the height of the pandemic, started our own business. And thankfully, we still have that. When we moved back to Hawaii from California in 2020, we launched So Ono Coffee. And we are proud to work with local Hawaii farmers that grow coffee. And we have a Honolulu roaster who roasts our coffee, and then we sell it mostly online. But when we can take advantage of events or farmers markets or things of that nature, then we sell there. And really, our roaster is the key to how good our coffee is. We call it So Ono because it really is. He is a wonderful man that has been in our community most of his life. He has been in the coffee business for over 40 years. And what makes him particularly special is that he will go into countries that really need a way of sustaining themselves and teach locals how to farm coffee and how to create businesses to support their communities. And we're just so thankful for him. He really has made our business what it is today. And yes, so I encourage you to try So Ono Coffee. You're supporting not only our business, but his business, and then his efforts to help other communities throughout the world.
So if we wanted to order some So Ono coffee online, what would be the website?
SoOnoCoffee.com. We keep it simple.
Nice.
Well, I'm so glad you accepted my connection on LinkedIn, because now we're partnering together with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Arthritis Foundation of Hawaii, and we're able to support you as a small, business owner with So Ono Coffee, just all kinds of different great connections and forming a team for the walk. It's going to be exciting.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And we also have some upcoming events with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Every other month we have a breakfast over at El Ranchero at Kamakana Ali'i. It's called Buenos Dias Breakfast Networking. And we do it the second Tuesday of every other month. And we've partnered with the Kapolei Chamber of Commerce to help us promote that breakfast. And our upcoming breakfast is going to be April 11th. And that's usually 8:30 to 10 o'clock a.m. And we also have our next show is March 30th. So we do have a special guest that's going to be joining us on ThinkTech. Special guest is going to be Alani Bankhead, where we're going to discuss imposter syndrome and self-doubt within the Latina community and how it particularly impacts females. So that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that segment. It's going to be great.
Right. So thank you for joining us today, you guys. This is Hola y Aloha on ThinkTech Hawaii. We've been talking with Dr. Marshawn Martin, Executive Director of the Arthritis Foundation of Hawaii, about Rock the Walk. And thank you, Marysol, our co-host, for joining us today. And thank you to all our viewers. We'll be back in 2 weeks, so please tune in and tell your friends. I'm Barbara DeLuca, and Hola y Aloha, everybody.
Hola y Aloha.
Thank you so much for watching ThinkTech Hawaii. If you like what we do, please like us and click the subscribe button on YouTube and the follow button on Vimeo. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and donate to us at thinktechhawaii.com. Mahalo.